Imagine holding a rope that's tightly bound to a heavy weight. You've been gripping it for so long that your hands ache, but you can't bring yourself to let go. Now imagine releasing the rope. Your hands are free, the weight falls away, and you feel lighter. This is the power of letting go, an act that's simple in theory but transformative in practice. In today's video, we'll explore Epictetus's greatest lesson, how to release external worries and embrace inner peace. Stay with us as we share practical steps inspired by his wisdom to free your mind and unlock true serenity. Don't forget to subscribe to Resilient Wisdom and watch till the end for insights that could change your life. Epictetus, a slave who became one of history's most profound philosophers, understood that much of our suffering comes from clinging to things we cannot control. He famously said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." This insight is both liberating and challenging. It invites us to focus solely on what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while releasing our grip on the external world. Imagine worrying about whether someone likes you. Their opinion is outside your control, but your response to that worry is not. Letting go of such concerns shifts your focus to what truly matters, your inner peace. The first step to letting go is identifying what lies within your control. Take a piece of paper and draw two circles, one labeled "within my control" and the other "outside my control." List your current worries in the appropriate circle. For instance, you can control how prepared you are for an exam, but not the questions that will be asked. By clearly seeing what you can influence, you create a mental boundary that protects your energy from being drained by things you can't change. This practice alone can bring immense clarity and relief. Another key to letting go is practicing detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means engaging with life while maintaining emotional independence from outcomes. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." For example, if you're pursuing a promotion at work, focus on doing your best and improving your skills rather than obsessing over whether you'll get the role. Detachment frees you from the emotional turmoil of outcomes you can't control, allowing you to act with clarity and purpose. Let's consider a real-life example. Imagine you're waiting for the results of a job interview. The uncertainty can be nerve-wracking, but instead of fixating on the outcome, shift your focus to actions that strengthen your future prospects, such as networking or updating your skills. By doing this, you not only reduce stress but also regain a sense of control. This approach, grounded in action and detachment, transforms waiting into an opportunity for growth. Acceptance is another cornerstone of letting go. Epictetus taught, "Seek not that events should happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and your life will flow smoothly." Acceptance isn't about giving up. It's about acknowledging reality and working with it rather than against it. For example, if your flight gets delayed, instead of fuming over lost time, use the opportunity to read, meditate, or plan your next steps. Acceptance turns life's inevitable disruptions into moments of peace and productivity. Take a moment to reflect on a situation in your life where you've resisted acceptance. Maybe it's a past mistake or a decision made by someone else. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to accept this reality fully? Visualize the weight lifting from your shoulders as you stop fighting what cannot be changed. This reflection helps you see that acceptance isn't surrender, it's empowerment. Another practical tool for letting go is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness anchors you in the present moment, pulling your attention away from past regrets and future anxieties. Epictetus emphasized living in the now, saying, "Confine yourself to the present." A simple mindfulness exercise is to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Repeat this cycle, letting go of each worry with every breath. Over time, mindfulness becomes a habit that keeps you centered, even in the face of external chaos. Let's explore how gratitude can also help us release worries. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Epictetus said, He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. For instance, if you're stressed about a financial challenge, pausing to appreciate the support of loved ones or the resources you do have can ease the emotional burden. Gratitude reframes your perspective, helping you let go of what you can't change and find peace in the present. To cultivate gratitude, try this simple exercise. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Perhaps it's a kind gesture from a stranger, a moment of laughter, or simply the comfort of a warm meal. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity, making it easier to let go of worries and embrace serenity. Perspective is another powerful tool in letting go. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to view challenges in the context of the greater whole. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." For example, if you're stuck in traffic rather than stewing in frustration, think of it as an opportunity to listen to an inspiring podcast or reflect on your day. This shift in perspective transforms annoyances into moments of value, helping you release unnecessary stress. Letting go also requires humility, the acknowledgement that we don't control the universe. Epictetus reminded us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This means letting go of the need to be right, to prove yourself, or to control how others see you. For instance, imagine being in a heated debate. Instead of clinging to the need to win, focus on understanding the other person's perspective. By releasing your attachment to ego, you free yourself from unnecessary conflict and create space for meaningful connection. Humility helps you let go of pride and embrace peace. Another practice for releasing external worries is voluntary discomfort. While it may sound counterintuitive, exposing yourself to small, manageable hardships can help you build resilience and let go of unnecessary fears. Seneca often lived simply for a few days each month, wearing rough clothing and eating basic food. This exercise wasn't about deprivation, but about proving to himself that he could endure discomfort. For example, you might try going without your favorite indulgence for a week or spending a day without digital distractions. These small acts teach you that you can thrive, even when external comforts are stripped away, reducing your dependency on them. Epictetus also emphasized the importance of mental preparation. He taught a practice called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This involves imagining potential challenges and preparing yourself mentally to face them. For example, if you're worried about a tough conversation, visualize possible outcomes and how you might respond with composure. This exercise doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it reduces their emotional sting by training your mind to respond calmly and thoughtfully. Mental preparation helps you face life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. Reflect on a challenge you're currently anticipating. Take a moment to imagine the worst-case scenario. How might you respond in a way that aligns with your values and keeps your peace intact? Visualizing this response not only reduces fear, but also strengthens your ability to handle the situation when it arises. Preparation transforms uncertainty into an opportunity to practice resilience. One of the most liberating aspects of letting go is the freedom it brings. When you stop clinging to external outcomes, you reclaim your energy for what truly matters. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you let go of the need to please everyone, to control every detail, or to anticipate every possible outcome. Freedom isn't about escaping responsibility. It's about focusing on what you can influence and releasing what you cannot. To practice this kind of freedom, start small. Choose one worry that's been occupying your mind, perhaps someone's opinion of you or a decision that's out of your hands. Write it down, then visualize yourself setting it aside, like placing it in a box and putting it on a shelf. Each time the worry creeps back, remind yourself that it's in the box and no longer your concern. Over time, This mental exercise trains you to release control and focus on what truly matters. Another way to embrace letting go is by simplifying your life. Clutter, whether physical or mental, often creates unnecessary stress and distraction. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Consider decluttering one area of your life, your workspace, your schedule, or even your thoughts. For example, if you're overwhelmed by commitments, identify what aligns with your values and let go of the rest. Simplifying helps you create space for peace and focus, making it easier to release external worries. Gratitude and perspective also play key roles in simplifying. As you let go of distractions and excess, reflect on what you're thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you're losing. Let's revisit a core teaching of Epictetus: the distinction between what's within our control and what isn't. This principle applies to every area of life, from relationships to career to personal growth. Imagine being in a situation where someone criticizes you unfairly. While you can't control their words, you can control how you respond, whether with calmness, indifference, or even compassion. By focusing on your response rather than their actions, you reclaim your power and prevent unnecessary suffering. This is the essence of letting go, choosing peace over control. Reflect on a recent situation where you felt stressed or overwhelmed. Ask yourself, was I focusing on something I could control or something I couldn't? How might I have responded differently if I had let go of the uncontrollable? This simple reflection can help you approach future challenges with greater clarity and calm. Letting go isn't about avoiding responsibility. It's about embracing what's truly yours to manage. Letting go also involves forgiveness, not necessarily for others, but for yourself. Epictetus taught that holding on to anger or regret only harms the one who clings to it. Imagine you're carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones, each one representing a grudge or a mistake. The longer you carry it, the heavier it feels. Forgiveness is the act of setting that backpack down. For example, if you've made a mistake, instead of replaying it in your mind, focus on what you can learn from it. Forgiveness frees your mind from the weight of the past and opens the door to inner peace. Another tool for letting go is practicing self-compassion. Often we hold on to worries because we're too hard on ourselves, replaying our perceived failures or shortcomings. Epictetus reminds us, do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do, and you will go on well. This applies not just to external events, but to how we treat ourselves. For instance, if you didn't perform as well as you hoped in a task, instead of criticizing yourself, acknowledge your effort and consider how to improve. Self-compassion is a powerful antidote to unnecessary worry. Let's take a moment to reflect on this idea. Think about a recent time when you were hard on yourself. What would it feel like to extend the same kindness to yourself that you would offer to a close friend? Imagine speaking words of encouragement rather than criticism. This shift in how you treat yourself not only lightens the burden of worry, but also builds confidence and resilience. Stoicism also teaches us to find beauty in impermanence. Epictetus said, "Let death and exile, and all other things which appear dreadful, be daily before your eyes, but chiefly death, and you will never entertain any abject thought, nor too eagerly covet anything." While this may sound stark, it's a reminder that life's fleeting nature makes it precious. For example, if you're worried about losing something, a job, a relationship, or even youth, reflecting on its impermanence helps you appreciate it more fully. By embracing change as a natural part of life, you let go of the need to cling and instead focus on savoring the moment. Mindfulness practices like gratitude journaling can further enhance your ability to embrace impermanence. Write down 3 fleeting but beautiful moments from your day, a conversation, a sunset, or even a moment of stillness. Acknowledging these transient experiences trains your mind to focus on the present rather than worrying about what you might lose. This practice helps you see life not as something to grasp, but as something to cherish. The process of letting go often involves replacing worry with action. Worry consumes energy without yielding results, but action moves you forward. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." For instance, if you're anxious about an upcoming deadline, channel that energy into creating a plan or tackling the first task. Each small step not only reduces worry, but also builds momentum. Action transforms anxiety into progress, turning the obstacle into the path itself. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison. Instead of succumbing to despair, he used his time to learn, reflect, and prepare for the role he would eventually play in transforming South Africa. Mandela's ability to let go of anger and focus on purposeful action illustrates the transformative power of this principle. His life teaches us that even in the most difficult circumstances, letting go of resentment and embracing meaningful action can lead to profound change. Another practical exercise is the "let it go" meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and visualize the worries you've been holding on to. Imagine placing each one on a leaf and setting it afloat on a stream. Watch as the current carries it away. This visualization helps you mentally release what no longer serves you, creating space for clarity and calm. Practice this daily, especially during stressful times, to reinforce your ability to let go. Let's reflect again. Think about a current worry that feels overwhelming. Visualize it as a leaf on a stream, gradually drifting away. How does it feel to release it? This simple practice reminds you that many worries are like passing clouds, temporary and beyond your control. Focusing on this perspective helps you let go and return to the present moment. Letting go is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice. Life will always present new challenges, uncertainties, and losses. But as Epictetus teaches, it is not things themselves that trouble us, but our judgments about them. Each moment offers an opportunity to practice letting go, whether it's a small annoyance or a life-changing event. By embracing this practice, you cultivate resilience, clarity, and an enduring sense of peace. As we conclude, remember that the art of letting go is not about avoidance. It's about empowerment. By releasing what you can't control and focusing on what you can, you reclaim your energy for what truly matters. Take the steps we've discussed today, mindfulness, gratitude, detachment, and meaningful action, and apply them to your daily life. Each time you let go of a worry, you take one step closer to the freedom Epictetus described. If this video resonated with you, please like it and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Comment below with one worry you're ready to let go of, and how you plan to take that first step toward inner peace. Don't forget to subscribe to Resilient Wisdom for more practical tools and timeless Stoic lessons to guide you on your journey toward clarity and resilience. Together, let's embrace the power of letting go